All right, welcome back to part 3. If you're here, that means that you've gotten your notes and your rhythms in, got the basic stuff. Now we want to add some of the other notations that we want, so I'm going to walk you through some of those. Again, we have our menu over here to select the items that we want, or it's a Pancake Stack, if you will. Select the items we want. I'm done with durations and pitches, so I'm going to get those out of the way. What I'm going to focus on now is different types of text. I want to be able to add some dynamics. I want to put some articulations in. And I also might want to do some different things with bar lines. So I'll add that in as well. Let me see. I think that should do it for right now. So let's work with that for a little bit. Get rid of the stack. All right. So basic articulations. Click on the note you want. And you can add the articulation. You can also stack articulations up. This gets kind of interesting. So now notice I have an accent and a dot. And they toggle on and off. In other words, right now in that note I have an accent and a dot, or staccato if you will. And then I realize, oops, I didn't need the staccato. I just click on it and turn it off. What I really wanted was an accent with a tenuto marking. So now I have both of those. So let's take that one out. We'll put in a couple of accents here. All right. Now I want a slur. I want this passage to be connected. So when I pop that in there, notice it gives me a slur, but it also has a bunch of handles on it. So I can actually grab and I can move that, and you can kind of customize them too to make them look good, because we don't want the slurs, oops, we don't want the slurs like sticking through the bars like that, or through the stems like that. I can move them up and down. And if you end up going crazy and they like really don't look right, don't forget Control Z, and you can just back your way out to where they looked right. So I think you can also, let's see, if I select a few notes like that, it will slur whatever notes I've selected together. So I can do a whole bunch of notes at once. Let's say I want all of this to be slurred. It'll put in one big slur for me. It's very smart, works that way. So I'm just going to do a couple of small slurs. And like that. So basic articulations, all under the articulation menu. Okay. Dynamics. We need dynamics in our music. So when you click it, you might think, well, it's just going to give me a forte. And that's just showing you that it's that kind of dynamic. Notice I get the little box that pops up. So I'll type an F in. And there we go. And now this measure, I'd like to have a decrescendo. There, that, or diminuendo, same difference. Crescendo, decrescendo, diminuendo. And then this one, I want to do a crescendo back up. And maybe here at the bottom, I want to come down all the way to MF. Now you notice when I do that, they kind of collide. I can just grab the MF, excuse me, and just slide it over there. And then I'm back to here, to forte, and I've got my dynamics in. So that's the basics of dynamics. Sometimes in your music you may have a different bar line. You can also change those, like the double bar. And if you have one there and you don't want it, select it and just tap the single bar and you're back to that. So that's how to get your basic dynamics and articulations, performance things in there. These, by the way, are bowings, so you won't really concern yourself with those. That's for if you're playing strings. I will also point out to you that including the hairpins, which are these, you have the words, so you could also put in crescendo, and get that. Notice it will give you the option to do a little line, so I can grab that line and say how long I want the crescendo for. So you can use the word crescendo or diminuendo, or you can use the hairpin. And you can select those and delete them. Just like that. Click on the menu. And that's dynamics and articulations. Pretty simple stuff. See you in the next one.